Alright, and I think we're live. Hello, Al, how goes it? Those guys are moving my car out of the way. What the? Apparently I didn't put the handbrake on.
As long as the credits keep rolling in, life's good.
They're just gonna keep rolling. Oh no, it's... No. It's just rolling.
Sorry, spaceport's always a zoo.
How were they able to hit it? Hello, Al. How goes it? Hey, man. Okay, so apparently they're a lot stronger than me.
As long as the credits keep rolling in.
Oh, Marty, how
life's
goes
good.
it? Alright, let me get a different gun. How's everybody doing today? Yeah, apparently it did ghost. Hello. Oh, and...
Watch it. Ships coming and going all the time.
Oh, Lee. Alright, let's... Oh, it's still the... God damn it, I need to do this quest real quick.
Remember, stay clear of Gulbank.
Yo, can I help with this, please?
Security around. You need to stand back.
Oh, you could use some help.
I don't mean to be rude, but I don't know you. Now, please stand.
Mod. Time for some... Very nice. I know you were saying, diplomatic experience.
Oh, yeah? Well, maybe you can help after all. Some folks from the Shaw gang tried to rob the place.
Alright, yeah.
They took everyone inside hostage. They're using the intercom.
I can do this, do not worry.
They won't talk to me. In other words, they didn't have a...
Always down to see some teasers. Gets me nice and excited. Maybe I can talk sense to them.
Say what you have to. Also,
Alright.
there are...
Hello,
lives
Elrond.
at
How
stake.
goes it?
So don't find out what they... Hey!
Alright, let me just do this very quickly so I can walk around without any issues.
Hands where I can see him, and don't try nothing. You're the negotiator, huh? If you think you're just gonna walk up...
That's what a negotiator does. This only works if you're willing to cooperate.
We'll cooperate when we get what we want. So tell me, stranger, how do I know you're gonna...
Because I'm a nice person. Glad you could catch one of my streams, Elrond.
So why should your word mean anything?
You're in for some, well, depending on how this goes, you're in for some interesting stuff. Talking to me is the only way you're getting out of this alive. Oh, no. Promise, I'm just here to make sure nobody... I'm sure you could do it with a change of scenery.
I'm so ready to get out of here.
Don't you want to just get out of there?
Yeah, I'm already sick to death of this place.
Glad you enjoyed it, Al. They were awesome ships. Did you figure out why the bay wasn't, like, popping up? Hello, GameCat, how goes it? Understand that you don't trust me, but right now I'm your only lifeline.
Well, I guess you have a point.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, I can see you're not just the marshal's tool. You want what we want. A nice, happy ending where nobody gets hurt. So let's talk.
Tell me your demands. Must be something you want, so start talking. What's the condition of the
They
hostage?
talk too damn much. Complain about everything. Much as we'd
Hostages
like to,
talk too
none of us
much.
shot one yet.
Glad you enjoyed the videos, GameCat. They're for Hope Tech, but Hope has no base, so the vendors... I was assuming it was something like that. Tell me your
We want
demands.
to guarantee a safe passage to the spaceport and a ship.
So is the...
Drop
Were
the
the power cells just kind of there as a little kind of a you know, put them in, they do nothing, or are they supposed to do something?
If anybody follows us when we break orbit, we start shooting.
With those keywords. Nice. It could take a while. That's a pretty tall order. How do I know you'll keep?
What, you think we want to stay locked up in here? Hell no. Oh, hell, the Freestar Rangers have got ships. They can give us one of them.
What do you think?
This whole damn job's gone wrong. So let's just...
Yeah. Persuade. It's not too late to end this
What
peacefully.
do you mean?
Nobody's been hurt. Surrender now, and the judge might go easy on you.
Maybe you're right.
The marshal's gonna take. Going to keep those hostages safe, whatever it takes. Let them go before.
Damn it. I didn't think of it.
But this is between you and the marshal. Leave the innocents out of it. If you let the hostages go, I'm sure he'll show some leniency.
None of us want to be murderers.
You might as well just let your prisoners go.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. Nobody's been hurt. Yeah.
Alright, come on out. It was easy. Alright, now can I go buy stuff? Nice.
We've got a little excitement on our hands.
Thank you for saving my husband.
I'm sure everything will turn out just fine.
Oh, you trade. Oh, you're that guy.
I can tell.
Alright, let's go buy some guns. Go to thingy real quick. Excuse me. So it seems like the there's been like loads of more speculation about obviously Oblivion remaster. Because I'm pretty sure isn't there supposed to be an Oblivion remaster out of Fallout 3, but I haven't seen much about the references to the Fallout 3 remaster since like the court documents from like years ago. Was it like last year, the year before?
There's not enough to do around here.
The thing is I don't think Bethesda are even really remotely ready to let it like kind of launch yet. But there's always kind of gonna be that worry where there's hoaxes and stuff, especially with Bethesda stuff. Like the amount of times there's been like teasers about, you know, Fallout stuff, and then it turns out like, oh, this isn't actually by somebody. This is just basically a troll. Alright, what we got? Ooh. Yeah, we'll use the Razorback. Oh, I forgot that. Oh, okay, actually, we might use this. Gotta have this. What? Well, that's the thing. I mean, there's some like validity to it. Like when those court documents went live around the time of, you know, the Bethesda or the Xbox Activision merger or the buyout, there was like a lot of games that like got supposedly leaked. Like apparently there's like obviously there's the two remasters from Bethesda. There's also apparently like a Daisy 2 coming out, whether again, the thing is with those like documents though is like it's not like they're not meant to be seen by like, you know, like the average person. So like realistically those games could be in the work. I mean they probably are, but they could be years out. What ammo do we need for this bad boy? I need 45 caliber. Hemp. 45 for ammo. I don't know which one is it. Is it 2B? The fuck is missile hunter? What? Yeah, apparently I can get missile ammo for my missile pods. I'm gonna move from just halves and start doing custom ships. The thing is that when you do the custom ships are always going to kind of be more interesting because much like with the custom houses, there's a lot of people that don't like building ships interior wise. So like having kind of the ship with the interior in it is obviously awesome. I would definitely say though keep the habs like as a separate entity, like part of the mod. Just so people can kind of pick and choose if they, you know, if they don't want to use the ship. But yeah, no, Ghost. A lot of it is like very clickbaity. I mean, what is it? It's realistically, it's gonna be probably gonna be ages before like we get any news on player. item 2B559. Perfect. Did that give me the ammo I needed? Yes, it did. Well, the stuff with like, I don't know. You'd think like we've got Starfield and stuff's Starfield is Starfield. Hello, Revenant. How goes it? Going good on my end. How's everything with you? But I feel like, I don't know. Like, I would assume that, like, this time next year, we should have... Well, I mean, this time next year, we should have some, like, credible news on the next, like, Bethesda title, like, either Fallout or Elder Scrolls. Elder Scrolls was supposed to be the one that everyone wanted, or, the one that they were launching first. But then there's the rumors with, with the Fallout TV show, that Microsoft are like, well, can you maybe push Fallout 5 out quicker to kind of capitalize, which, I mean, I'm equally a fan of both Fallout and Elder Scrolls. So, like, I'd be happy, like, either way. Honestly, Remnant, like, overall, I think I like all of them. Starfield probably the most for me, just because I like the sci-fi. I've always been a Halo, kind of Mass Effect, kind of, always loved the sci-fi setting. But like equally, I'll play any of them. Weirdly, I'm not a huge fan of fantasy. Like I've tried like other fantasy alternatives. Like I tried playing The Witcher, wasn't a huge fan. Played a bit of Dragon Age, which is another one that like, which weird because I really loved Mass Effect, but just wasn't a huge fan of Dragon Age. Which one was it? Dragon Age Inquisition, I think it was called. Still a really good game. I know it's been like it's been an insane time since we've gotten like anything. Like well, Fallout 4 was the last one. Like obviously we've got 76, which is its own thing, but I kind of see 76 more as like the more as the like kind of like the Elder Scrolls Online. Oh no, it definitely did. And I think that's the thing when you have like, cause like, yeah, exactly. I think it's more ESO. Just because it's its own kind of thing now, they want to do like multiplayer. I'm all for it. I need to jump back into it.
Got anything you need to offer? Okay.
Cause it's definitely a fun game. I played a ton of it. Hello, Rick Hammer, how goes it? But yeah, no, like I think the thing is with Starfield, like obviously any game is gonna get hate, especially when it's a new IP, right? Because you like I always like to think back to the time when Fallout was it around the time about Fallout 3? 100% it is fun to hop on the hate bandwagon with it. I think when Fallout 3 first came out, after Bethesda acquired it from, was it Interplay or Black Isle, whatever the studio that owned it, and there was a massive divide. You had like, there was a website called No Mutants Welcome, and I used to go on there occasionally. And like they did not like I think what is it called, like the 3D Fallouts basically. So Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas they were kind of fine with because it was more akin to the. So Fallout's always had a very agitated player base. So when you kind of combine that fan base that really wants to see the next Fallout title, and the same with Elder Scrolls, and then Bethesda's like, all right, we're going to try something new. And it's kind of like, oh, I don't know about that. I want to customize this ship. I like the, let me see. Now let's change the color real quick. We'll do white. All right. But it's kind of insane. Like even, like, despite it being like abundantly clear that like Starfield is here to stay, and it's like it's not just something, because in today's like kind of gaming industry, it is. Sure, Fallout. When did Fallout 3 came out? When, like 2000 and it's a white. Hello, Rudiger. When did Fallout 3 come out? No, that's an old one. 2000, yeah, it was around 2008. Fallout 12 Game of the Year edition. Oh god. Like it's, god, that's like 13, 15 years old, the newest Fallout. Oh my god, yeah, Jesus. It's kind of insane just to think back like that far. Like I've seen the thing I've noticed recently, and it's kind of like is I've occasionally frequented the No Man's Sky subreddit, and there's a I seen somebody like posted like a thing, and it was like my brother wanted Starfield for Christmas, so I got him Starfield. It was basically No Man's Sky and with the box, and they like stickered over No Man's Sky to say Starfield. And like it was definitely meant as a joke, but my god, the comments were like, Starfield is the biggest piece of dog shit ever. And I'm like, I'm just like, the irony coming from the, you know, like the No Man's Sky, you know, fan base. The game literally came out as a blatant lie. And it's an awesome game now. But people seem to forget that. It's amazing how people can forget some of this shit. Like, at nowhere did, like, was there ever any really lies? I think the only, you know, credible issue with which was probably not 76, with Starfield was like, it didn't run as well as it should have, especially on, like, on certain PCs. That's what I mean, exactly. Like, they're very different games. And it's just weird to want to alienate, like, a different player base, because it's just strange. Like, I played a crap ton of it when it came out, me and a couple of friends, and we enjoyed No Man's Sky. It was very fun. Obviously, it's all right, Revenant, have a good one. It's definitely, it's a different style of game. I kind of see it like as a bit like Sea of Thieves, in that it's meant to be more kind of cartoony, and kind of, you're meant to kind of, you know, you can definitely binge it, but I don't think you're meant to. It's meant to be the sort of game where you kind of play for a little bit, you know, and then you kind of go off and do some other stuff. Right, that's, I think how we're gonna, I think the first thing is I want to remove the, let's lift these up. Because I know there's the new, like, and I 100% can get that. Like, it's a really cool game. Like, I've spent so many hours trying to hunt down the kind of the rare ships and stuff. Like, and it's come out like so, or it's changed so much. I will say I'm actually quite excited for their new game. Their what is it? It's basically going to be like a fantasy equivalent. I can't remember what it's called. No one's gonna. I was like, the spore. Like, no, yeah, that's it. Because it's a really good like a good, what would you say, like a good premise behind it. Like they kind of have highlighted that procedural generation doesn't have to be kind of mundane and, you know, like awkward looking. Like, because initially there was like there was some kind of, you know, there was some questionable generation, but it's come on so much. Like, the guys behind it have, like, it's very clear they've wanted it to succeed. And it's funny, like, that it gets, like, that level of praise, which it definitely deserves. But then, like, there'll be other games where, like, they're, you know, trying to do kind of similar stuff, and it's like, nah, this game needs to die. And it's just like, what the fuck? Right, so we're gonna swap this for... Alright, so we're gonna swap this for a, tabs. Let's do, there we go. We will do some Stroud. That is Nova Galactic Captain's Quarters. We'll do that there. Window there. But even like I remember a ton of people said about 76 launch for this if the game doesn't deserve. And it's such a, because 76 is like, it's the first time Bethesda tried to do something different, like tried to make an online kind of game. And like I still will stand by that I think it's a really cool game. I think nowadays it's very clear like what it's trying to be. Early on, I think there was that time back in like when did it come out? I want to say it was like 2018 maybe, potentially. It was kind of around that time a lot of games were trying to do the Destiny sort of thing where they wanted a kind of a PvP PvE kind of co-op game where you and your friends could jump in, you could do a bit of PvP, do some PvE, there was going to be like end game content. And then because there was so much like uproar on the game that they basically were like, I don't know. And they kind of like, well, they basically tried to address everything, which is in itself is like, oh, let me actually come back here. What did I just delete? What are they? Is a infirmary, and that is an armory. Okay, well, we're not going to put an armory and infirmary together because that looks very questionable. Because like, there's a lot of companies out there where like, if like look at Concord, didn't succeed to their standards. They're like, right, let's just cut it off, which is ironic because like then you've got like Marvel Rivals that comes out like a few months later. And it's huge. It's literally taking the world by storm. And it's kind of, you see it with some are expecting it to be. And I could see that honestly. Like the Borderlands was another one of those games which is sad because nowadays it's not really as prevalent. Like Borderlands 1 and 2 were huge in the kind of the co-op, shooters. Infirmary, we'll do science lab here. And got a battle station or a brig or a cargo living quarter. Gonna rotate these over. And that's another one, 100%. Anthem had so much potential. Like I was really hyped behind it, and what made Anthem kind of a little bit more annoying was the fact that they used Andromeda as a kind of a test bed. Like if you look at, say, for instance, how the biotic, the hover movements in Andromeda, and then you look at Anthem, like it was very clear that they were like trying to kind of test stuff. And games will do that. Sometimes they'll test that. Little soulless, and the character design was pretty ugly. Well, I think the thing too with that is I obviously I haven't played much Concord, but it's I don't know. I feel like they just didn't really give it a huge chance. Because there's to be fair, there's been a few games that have come out over the last like couple of years where you kind of see this and you're like, where did this game come from? Oh, 100%. Shipbuilding is, yeah. Like it's pretty much, it's kind of like the Fallout 4 situation again. The only kind of difference is that like there's no really, you can't be well, I suppose there's always people who can be negative. But like one of the kind of the negativities about Fallout 4 settlement building was the fact that there wasn't very many settlements. Whereas in Starfield, there's ships there. You don't have to build if you don't want to, and a lot of people don't. So we need... Oh, I just realized I need to do... See, Veilguard is another one. Didn't the dev... Again, I haven't looked up much on it. I've never really been a huge fan of, like, the Dragon Age games. I can definitely appreciate them, because they're very, they're kind of like what started the whole Mass Effect stuff. Well, there. That's what I mean, and it's that, because that was one of the kind of, I think, the thing that a lot of people, and I loved the settlement building, don't get me wrong, the settlement building was awesome in Fallout 4, but I could definitely, like, I could see where the kind of the, like, the problems started to occur. Like, that's one of the things I loved, like, that I think Fallout 3 did better than Fallout 4, or, sorry, yeah, and Fallout New Vegas to an extent, was the fact that you'd come across, like, say, settlements out in the middle of nowhere, and it's like, like, these kind of bastions of civilization, like say for instance like Underworld in Fallout 3 or like the Republic of Dave, or even like places like Andale where it's like technically they're not hostile technically, and like with Fallout 4 it was like you kind of had to build it. That's why, like, when you like certain mods, like Sim Settlement, was too woke. That's the new thing nowadays, and like it's such an annoying take because it's Mike just fell over. Like, excuse me. Apologize. I'm pretty much better, but occasionally I'm a bit chesty. Like there's some games, like it's very obvious that there's like genuine criticism for like when a developer's trying to kind of push a specific narrative. But like it's also very obvious, like you can kind of tell from the developer, you know? Like people that would get angry about like a kind of a fantasy role-playing game being like woke, it's like it's a fantasy role-playing game. Like you can roleplay as whatever the fuck you want. Space hamster? There's your space hamster. I'm still worried about the animal husbandry from the outpost system. Animal husbandry, there's so many. Oh yeah, no, there was the like they I think they tried to put a lot of it back in with the what was it? The workshop updates, the DLCs, which were quite cool. Like that's why I feel like like I remember when I used to like mess around with the mods for Fallout 4, like there was a lot of really cool mods that added a lot of really cool Spore. I remember playing Spore on the, because I know that was a huge game. I think I played it on the Nintendo. Sadly, though, that is these days games go to mobile to die weirdly, and it's that's another weird one because like there is definitely an argument there for a decent mobile game that's not just a kind of a give me your money. But it's like it's such a weird one. I remember back in the day, I don't know if you guys remember, you might have had it in America. Some of you guys from UK will probably remember. It was like Game Loft and stuff, and you could basically like text like this this website, and they would like send you like the download to like games. Like I remember playing Splinter Cell on my old Nokia, Prince of Persia. Like there was, and they were like full on games. Like they were fucking cool. There was none of this microtransaction bullshit. Candy Crush. Oh my god, Candy Crush. Excuse me. Like it's, and like there is some games that aren't too bad. Like I'm not trying to shill on Bethesda, but for the most part, Blades is quite fun. Hello, beer. Bear? Beer. I see your thing. I was like, hello, beer. Haha. Elder Scrolls Blades isn't too bad. I know there's Castles that came out. And Fallout Shelter was a banger. Like it was. Have you ever played any of the Mega Man games? Mega Man. I have not. I know of Mega Man. I think the closest I've gotten to Mega Man was wearing the Mega Man outfit in Dead Rising 3. I think. He's the guy with the helmet, isn't he? He has like the like hand blaster thing. I'm very bad with games. Let's put this here. Right, and let's squeeze you in there. Uh-oh. Oh no. I just realized I didn't enable Sadir's build thing. We're gonna have to fix that in a minute. There we go. Let's really quickly put you back together. So I can activate. What are you having problems sticking to? Hello, Tessie. How goes it? Gonna go there. What's going on? Ship is at max length. What did I do? What did I do? I know it's a mod. Yeah, save building in progress is something that really needs to be a thing. I don't know why it's not. There we go. Perfect. Nice, nice. The I will say I know you have messaged me
Hey,
about mod stuff, and I have checked very briefly. I haven't looked fully yet, just because I'm still trying to get over my sickness. But I will definitely. I'll probably hit you up tomorrow if that's okay. I do apologize. I've been just kind of neglecting stuff. I've just been like, yeah. All right, let's do.
got a
Command
minute to
prompt.
chat?
Let me activate my node. Oh no, it is. It's excuse me, goddamn. The you know it's it just and it, I'm glad it wasn't during Christmas, but there's also something about it being after Christmas. It's like, really, was it necessary? And I do agree, Rick. I would love to see,
Inspector.
because there's a couple of mods that do it on PC, but there's none on Xbox currently that allow you to tweak the size, and I really want to. I want something like, I want a mod where we can tweak just to see how big we can make ships without it. Hello, Mona. I'm not that short. Leave me alone. Let's pull this off. Like, it's stuff like that. It kind of. Oh, that's what I was gonna say, actually. There is a shipbuilding tweaks on Xbox. There's two versions. There's a PC version and an Xbox version. And they do slightly different things. The PC version allows you to increase the ship size limit. It allows you to increase the parts limit. And a few other things, I believe. Whereas the Xbox version just allows you to... It doesn't allow you to increase the part limit or the size limit, which is kind of annoying. Because the M-Class had the tweaks. See, it's annoying that Bethesda tried to kind of purge them. I'll have to check that. Like, I know why they did it, but like, it's like, give us an actual kind of like an official oh no, that's problematic. Uh-oh. Yeah, well, we're gonna have to go underneath. Yeah, that is true. That hello, Stars. The Falkland creation looks fucking awesome. Very cool. So there's, for anyone wondering, there's a mod author that is basically making a kind of a custom. Is that a window? They're basically making like a kind of a custom like habs. They've been working on it for quite a while. I believe they're going to be free, but they look amazing. Let me. What do you got on the menu today, Mona? Nice. Let me grab you and move you. Oh, they're charging for it, are they? Oh, I didn't know it was. Oh, my bad. I thought they said it was free back in the day. Never mind. Oh, damn it. Well, I mean, look, it looks cool. I'll definitely be doing a review of it, so you know. But when it comes to, I feel like out of all of the kind of the mods, that like the paid mods, the like part mods are generally ones I'm not a fan of, or I'm not against, you know, paying for. The main, salmon, beans, and salmon. What the fuck, Mona? What the fuck? Falcon's mod looks amazing. Do you know why did they ban it? What the Tiger? Jesus Christ, boy, you're like a bottomless pit. Why would they ban it? It's so strange. Like I go on main Reddit, mods are cracking down on VC, but I suppose I can understand it in one way, because it's like, if people are just using it to kind of shill stuff, but at the same time, it's like a genuine kind of avenue of, you know, discussion. Like, to be honest, I went on the Starfield subreddit a few times, and it's mainly just ship builds and stuff like screenshots, and I'm not you know, like, look, I'm not against any of that. But, like, if they're gonna, like, crack down on specific things, considering I'm pretty sure there's probably multiple Starfield shipbuilding subreddits, isn't there? Oh yeah, no, to be honest, I 100% agree with you, Ghost. I've fallen out with many subreddits over stupid fucking shit. Um, I got banned from one of the Fallout lore. All right, Cole, have a good one. Yeah, see, there you go. Starfield chips. And again, I'm not trying to say that, you shouldn't be able to post chips on the main subreddit, but at the same time, it's nice to kind of have a place where you can actually look. Yes, Fallout lore. The bastards banned me, the dirty cunt, years ago because I was asking like a question. Basically it was like you know that one area in, is it Fallout 3 where you get the unique Gatling laser? It's like a Deathclaw, the Deathclaw promontory. And I think I said something like, "Oh, I wonder, like, out of all of the different factions in Fallout, who would, like, which ones would be the most likely to roll in there?" And they like, "Oh, we don't allow this type of post. You can't, like, ask, like, open-ended questions." And I, like, linked them to, like, 10 other posts from different people with the same stuff, and they banned me. Too positive about the... Such a weird one. Oh, honestly, it's, yeah. And to be honest, you tend to see that with a lot of things. Like, I remember when 76 first came out, the main Fallout subreddit hated 76, despised it. And like that's when Fallout 76 kind of came out of nowhere. All I've seen these subs. Oh yeah, and the thing is, like, look, realistically, with those sort of subs, is if they're any way tied to like a company, like say for instance, I'm assuming like I know in the Halo subreddit has kind of links to the Halo developers. So like the mods on it are less likely to kind of go crazy. But yeah, I know that's what I mean. It's like, how are you supposed to like learn about lore and question stuff if you can't be like, and it wasn't like, because sometimes you get like people who are like, "Oh, this person could beat this person." Like, it's just, yeah. But that's why, like, even like with kind of like with Discord and any time you have any sort of these like sites, I find that it's only really safe to, or not safe, I would only kind of invest time and effort into them if like there's developers involved, or if it's tied to like, like a community where they're chill. Um Comments. Oh yeah, like, and to be honest, I think even realistically, if you were to post and stuff, you probably would be completely fine. It's just there's always a chance you're gonna piss off the wrong person. Let me see what I should do here. Computer core, all-in-one birth. Anyway. People are all, I don't know, they're always a bit, you kind of get them everywhere. Like, Reddit used to be my big thing for like years. Like, I got into Reddit properly from playing Destiny. You're playing all wrong. Oh god, yeah. But I used to love like just basically talking about like lore and stuff and like story, and like Reddit was always like with Destiny, because one of those games, it was always like evolving. There was like a subreddit called Raid Secrets, where like they'd find like these like Easter eggs and like like new weapons that are coming out, and it used to be so cool. And now it's just like it's a different place these days. And that's not like not negative, because times will always change. I feel like nowadays, like, Discord is like probably the kind of the thing, because Discord, it's a lot easier to moderate. I know Reddit, because Reddit's the whole thing is like it's the front page of the internet. You tend to have like so that's a computer core there. Ooh, maybe let's do like a big one. Oh god. Oh. Alright, let's go. Do we want to put you there? Maybe. We need to put something there. Bum, 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 bum. Right, we need... What's this down at the bottom? Can we do car? Yeah, we could do cargo down here. Is there big enough cargo? They're actually... Don't bad me. And there's our 3x3. We'll put our little cargo down here. Get the book down. No. Get. Alright. And let's remove the reactor. Let's put... Bum, bum, bum. You. We will have to definitely check in a few minutes. She still has her pistol. Hopefully she's not completely useless, but you never know. She's she can be shield cargo, she can be a bit questionable. Alright. So the bottom is looking okay, so now we need like the next layer. Yeah, no, I seen the clip you posted. Like it's so strange. Like you're supposed to have this starboardy character who's literally went through there is, to be fair, there's a mod that allows you to kind of see the interior. And it does a decent job. See, the thing is, it's one of these, like, those sort of mods are the sort of thing where it's like, it should be just implemented in the game. I don't know why Bethesda kind of opted against it, you know? Just considering the fact that it would be like a necessity. Ladder 1, put you there. And then put you there. Oh, 100%. It would be... Like, that's what I would love to see them... Like, if the part of the reason why maybe they haven't been doing any kind of ship-based, like, parts updates, because maybe they've got something cooking. Because I don't know if you remember, there was people were speculating that... So, when, was it Mike... Is it Mike Lamb? Tim Lamb? I'm bad with names. Basically, the main creative guy behind Bethesda, or behind Starfield, they said that they've got a lot of stuff coming up for ship stuff. Now, as we know by playing Shattered Space, there was fucking nothing. So, a lot of people have been, some people have been speculating that he kind of knew more than he was letting on. And that apparently there is some, because I remember he said something along the lines of they're going to change the way ships are built and used and played. I think it was something like that. Now, there's nothing in Shattered Space anywhere resembling close to what, what they were talking about. So, like, if we were to get, like, a proper, and, like, realistically, we wouldn't even need new parts if they did just, like, imagine they just overhauled the build menu. Like, they basically made it, you can flip parts 360, you can put all these pieces sideways, whatever you weigh. Proper space exploration is something that I really hope it comes. Like, I don't know why they... I suppose it's probably because it's very hard to do. Where are we going? We got you there. I need to... Like, why? Like, why can't we just flip these sideways? Like, goddamn it, Bethesda. Speaking, going back to it, like, because isn't the about the going back to Fallout and Oblivion, the remasters? The rumors now is that maybe what they did with the next DLC is a workshop one, which gives more. See, hello, Shadow by that. That's what I'm really hoping for. I'm hoping that they will go that route where it's just like, all right, look, we've rehauled everything with the shipbuilder. You know, you won't need to worry about downloading modded parts anymore. You can flip all these parts in the base game. You can flip halves. Like, give us like actual the ability to tweak everything. If we want to make really large ships, let us. Like, I don't care if my PC can get 5 frame rates. Give me a ship that's like 600 meters long. Custom ship design option, shipbuilding, prefer them. Oh, they are 100%. And it's one of these things where, yeah, like, I want large interior ships, and currently, like, obviously you can make them, but I feel like the thing with like the large interior ships is like is whenever I like, it's kind of like if you ever play, like, again, we're going back to Elite Dangerous, like with all the kind of the big ships in Elite Dangerous, like, you know, you get yourself your Anaconda or your Cutter or your you know, stuff like that. It's nice to have smaller ships alongside it. And like, I would like, one of the things aside from ship parts would just be the ability to have like multiple ships like in one. Like, imagine you could have like a small little shuttle connected to your ship and you could swap between them seamlessly. You know, it's like, okay, I'm gonna go down to this planet. I'll park my capital ship in orbit. See, I don't know why they wouldn't lean into it though. You know, it's like it's I've been saying this, excuse me, for the longest time ever. Like, shipbuilding is the thing that kept Starfield kind of going. When, you know, we didn't have mods, we didn't really have much. Excuse me. Oh, that's the worst thing, Shadow, though, when you get like building and you like need a little bit more space, and it's like, really? Like, that's capital ships would be amazing, and it wouldn't be that hard to do, because if they went the route of like the loading screen says, you know, large ships can't land on a planet, like, fine, let us park it in orbit and bring down a little shuttle, you know? Like, it would just give us kind of more kind of tools to play around with. I hope they're going to do something like that. Like, giving us the ability to, like, I want my own kind of vigilance, or like, even like, you know, like the big what are the like, the fact that the spacers have their own capital ship, what the fuck? Like, give me a capital ship game. So that's there. I do. All right, so what we'll do is we will put you there, and we'll put you there. Put you there. Oh, not you there. And we'll put you there. Oh, that's actually, I was gonna say, because apparently the Oblivion remaster is supposed to be there's another company using it. So they're using Unreal Engine to render it, but they're using the CK to run it. Now, I don't know the first thing about, well, I know a little bit about engines, but I don't know how that would work. Like, if that's something that's even I'm assuming it's possible. As long, maybe it could be another one of these rumors. Could be to tell you which. Yeah. Your ship is too big. It's like, which way? Is it up, down? Plus, we're in space, you know? Yeah, apparently that's the rumor. They're using Unreal Engine to basically render the stuff. And then they're using like, obviously the creation to, because that is the other thing. You could build a mod that adds space station game that looks like capital ship, not drivable. That's what I mean. Like there, and they have that in the game. Like, in game there is in game you have well, let's tell you how it goes. In game you have like, you have the the star yards, like with actual parts that you can build yourself. Like, well, you need mods, obviously, but it's like, so clearly, like, those things are there. It's just a case of, like, why, you know, why is Bethesda not letting us? I'm gonna modify these real quick. So, really quickly, go to the gear. And it would, like, that alone would completely change the dynamic of the game. Like, imagine if, like, let's say, for instance, every major planet, like, say, for instance, like Aquila City, New Atlantis, like, they would all have, like, a proper, like a capital ship dock. Like, if you've ever seen Elite Dangerous, like, the capital ship docks, they're, like, huge. And it'd basically be like a kind of a star yard on steroids. And that's where, like, you'd have, like, the Vigilance might park there. You know, there could be some huge Hope Tech freighters parked there. Like, it would just add to the kind of the immersiveness of the game and give it some, you know, some cool kind of features. Yeah, I did. I am an idiot. It was, I think it was to do with, it was because I wasn't making full use of all of the different things that you need to kind of add up to the perk thing. A ship hangar. Oh, see, a ship hangar would be awesome. Like I mentioned like something like that in one of my earlier videos. Like we've got all of these like extra landing spots in like New Atlantis and like all that. It's like, why can't we use them? Like, I have a lot of money just because I use console commands. Like, let us, like, buy extra slots in New Atlantis so we can just have our ships displayed there. Like, they're not being used, you know? We could make far better use. Neon does need, to be fair. Like, that's another thing with the lore I'd love to see, because I always assume that, like, Neon's ships are built partially as submerged in water. Because all of the Taio ships look like they can float. Let's really quickly, let's modify the bottom a little bit. Structural. Alright, so you get that. What happens if I was to flip that backwards? Is that going to look funky? Maybe not. Maybe. Exactly. Like, because we've got a few, you know, there's been a few cool kind of like spaceship mods. Like there's the I mod, and then there's the Event Horizon mod. And I feel like at some point Bethesda is definitely going to give us some like our own kind of personal like a space, our own personal star yard in like an expansion where we can actually have like our ships parked there. Like it would be, I mean, it'd be amazing. It's one of those things where I don't know why they wouldn't do it, just considering. I know there's a smaller piece there. Where are you? There you are. And... But I think, I mean, realistically, I think all ships should float. Should being the keyword. I feel like this is going to be way too big. We could see... Supervised space travel would start going underwater. Well, no, usually, yeah, because I know Michael's not here to chime in, but Michael, I think, said before that, like, space is only... Oh, the pressure in space is non-existent compared to, like, the water. Like, obviously, like, you drop the space shuttle down to the Mariana Trench, that shit's crumpling like a piece of paper. But, like, you know, it would definitely float. Because we don't know if, I mean, we don't know if like how deep like Neon's water is. Like, is Neon's water, is it safe? I'm assuming it's safe. But I mean, you can technically swim in it. Let's just use tile landing gear. That's probably a good idea. Yeah, that's. I could probably curve them up a little bit. Oh yeah, like I feel like there's definitely a case for like Neon being a lot deeper than it should be. Huh? I'm trying to keep the curve a little bit. I like these engines, but they don't get used an awful lot. Yeah, and I suppose that's kind of always one of the things with any Bethesda game, and just games in general, you know, because they have to kind of take into the fact that it's gameplay. What if I wonder what kind of stress a gravity exhibits versus underwater pressure? It's questions like this that I kind of want Bethesda to kind of like somewhat tease us. Right, so like even like with grav drive technology, like we know what happened when you start fiddling around with like grav drive stuff. Basically, Earth dies. But like, what happens if like I'm assuming when you grav jump, you're always grav jumping in orbit, in the planets, you know, in space. So it's like, what would happen if, you know, like if you were to say, for instance, I might use these, like if you were to just activate your grav drive while parked in New Atlantis, like would you just like rip the planet in half? Like, will the grav drive even operate? I'm assuming there's like probably like some sort of failsafe built in. Oh, that makes sense. Covered it up. That sounds right. I know in Halo, like slip space engines are like, they're still extremely dangerous, and they've been used by the by various dissident groups to do insane shit. Yeah, see, the lack of kind of space stations and stuff in general kind of makes me, it's what fixing the grav drives. Because yeah, it does make you wonder, like with the likes of, you know, all the kind of the gravity like stuff, and just like we have Neon, and like remember when the game first came out, we had like the Frontier, we had the Cyberpunk area, and then we had Earth. And it's like, where is like the alternatives? Like, you know, like surely there'd be people living in asteroid belts. Like, you know, the Expanse does a really good. Oh, the Infinity ship parts is awesome. It is so cool. Honestly, I don't know too much of how the grav drive. I mean, the fact that the grav drive can destroy the Earth unintentionally, I feel like there's definitely, yeah, like in Reach, yup. There's definitely like some questionable uses there. Like you have the like the in like, obviously I'm gonna not spoil here, but we learn about some grav drive tech in Shattered Space. So like it's very clear that there's like stuff that can be kind of done there. Right, now I need something down at the bottom. All good exam? You'd miss much. We're just talking about Starfield as usual. Maybe. Jumping while Doc takes the Unity. Oh god, I could see that 100%. It's like when people were jumping and they were taking like New Atlantis with them, and I'm like, what? That's a thing? All right, so let's we'll dismantle all these for the moment, just so I don't need them. Bum, bum, bum. Yeah, I find it really hard to believe that there's like what, like there's thousands of planets out there, and like we don't like the only real like the only artifacts or like ruins we come across are like the Unity ones. Like you're telling me like there's not, and I know it's, you know, like realistically the chances of finding like any sort of life is like rare. But it's like even like imagine like teasers, like if you were to find like, you know, like bits of broken pottery or like old like, you know, like ruined like huts. Like just something to kind of get the imagination flowing. Fuck. I've never had the bug with New Atlantis. That's so strange. I've had the only one I really get is was the rock kind of coming with me. That was about it. All right, let's see. Okay, so we have these. Hello, Shari. How goes it? Long time no see. Even 100. That's what I mean. It's obviously still tiny, but like they could definitely have like teased some stuff. Like I'm not saying, you know, they have to build a whole civilization. Oh yeah, it does. It kind of reminds me very much of All right, Rick Hammer, have a good one. It kind of reminds me of the Mass Effect, where like the all of the different kind of and also to an extent Halo. I don't know why I didn't think Halo, where like the Forerunner like tech is all kind of hidden around like humanity's like the cradle of humanity, basically. See. Let's flip. There we go. There we go. A few people have that rock. Yeah, the rock was such a funny bug. Bug I've been having. The Shroud being invisible. What? Do you have any mods that might mess with that? I really need to watch Skeleton Crew. I was telling my girlfriend we should watch it because I've heard people say like it's kind of, it's. I think it's meant for kids, but to be honest, I loved Rebels, and Rebels was meant for kids. But putting ancient ruins in a space game. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's just it's. Like even like the fact that Constellation is all like, you know, like, oh, we're explorers, and it's like, have we like explored anything aside from Unity? Like, where's the other exploration stuff, you know? Oh yeah, no, Halo, yeah, yeah. But the like certain things are like kind of pre kind of Librarian kind of had a hand in it. She was like, you know, humanity's her favorite, so let's give them some stuff. All right, so I'm just trying to figure how to place this back so it doesn't look so. Maybe you. Yeah, see, like I wanted them to go like full blown like, you know, like different you know, different people in it wanted to be. Humanity were the only group to get forward for the way. Yep. The prophets had the chance, but they betrayed. Well, they didn't betray well, they kind of betrayed humanity. They were like, we're not fighting the Forerunners because they're literal gods. And it's like, excuse me? I have killed your literal god. The fuck you talking about? And let's get some... Let's get some engine power somewhere here. The precursor, like... The Forerunners were such sore losers. It's like, oh, you're trying to kill us and only us. Not today. Let's wipe out the whole universe. See, I think that's part of the issue with Starfield is the fact that they're trying to go for a kind of a, like, compared to Fallout and Elder Scrolls, they're trying to go for a kind of a more realistic but kind of mundane science fiction, you know? Like, they didn't want to do a kind of a super dark thing. Like, they wanted to kind of make it somewhat realistic to, I suppose, modern standard, which I suppose you could argue, like, modern life can be quite dark. Let's do grab drives. Well, the thing with like a lot of the Halo stuff is or B is that they is that Bungie were like, they didn't really know. Oh God, the Grimdark. Hello, United. Yeah, the like after like reading like through like the Warhammer lore, it's like, yeah, Starfield is definitely one of the places I wouldn't mind living in. I mean, obviously they have their issues, you know. You've got the UC, which tries to see themselves the good guys, but they're always plagued by bureaucracy and the fact that, you know, they can't really help the one. They have to kind of put the needs of the many. They've got the Freestar, which are kind of like all about freedom, but only freedom for like a very specific group of people. All right, so now we got... Yeah, exactly. And the thing is, like, I really hope they will flesh out more, like, with the UC and the, like, the Freestar and stuff. Like, I like the idea behind Aegis, like, going off and doing sketchy shit, but it's, like, to kind of preserve. Yeah, to be honest, that is quite true. The fact that only the smallest percentage of humanity survived is kind of insane. Like, I wonder, would we ever get, like, an expansion or, like, a DLC that allows us to kind of go back and live those final moments before, like, Earth is, hello, X, where, like, Earth is basically about to be, you know, ravaged. We'll put landing bay 1 there. We'll put landing bay 2 there. There we go. Perfect. Kind of. It should be built on the terramorph aspect. They have such a... Well, that's me. They do. Not to mention the fact that they can communicate subconsciously with humans. Like, they have some sort of, like either their pheromone, like, the fact that they have some ability, like, like, that's what Ryujin should be getting behind, not their little, like, kind of like, I can make you do things, but only if you want to do it. See some lore. Starfield expanded in a Queen DLC. Oh, going back in time would be awesome. Well, see, there's always, there's like, when it comes to the Terramorph, there's, like, a lot of, like, speculation of kind of just what they are. Like, the fact that they kind of grow alongside humans, and they tend to follow humanity, is something that nobody really seems to question. Like, it's very strange. Like, are they following the grav drives, or are they, like, just following humans? Like, is their goal to kind of keep an eye on humanity for someone else? Yeah, the vortex horrors. Like I think at some point we will get some more info on the vortex horrors. I think for the most part, I think it's meant to be like some sort of a kind of an Oblivion style realm. Ah, okay, that makes a lot of sense, Adrian. So that must be kind of how they're doing it with the with that sort of stuff. No, I know that heat leeches sneak onto the ships, but it's like, what is it about like the idea of like this species of creature that, you know, follows humans, sneaks onto the ships, turns into terramorphs. It's just very like it can't be a like it could be a coincidence, but it like makes me like wonder like what is it about, like are the heat leeches, like are they interested in the grav drive? Like do they, like, what if they were created by like the people who created the Unity, and they kind of see the grav drive as like, you know, like the markers of their creator, and they're basically following them? Like obviously we'll never know. Well, we might know when they eventually. It's just, yeah. So that'd be the first thing I'd be looking at. I'd be like, wait a minute, why is this thing following us? Maybe we should check why before we like go on our little adventures. We need some engine. How are we gonna get engine going? That's what I mean, though. Like, but you are correct. They're not technically following humans, but it's the fact that like the grav drive themselves, like the grav drive technology is very advanced, and there's only like if multiple like kind of like species of creatures followed humanity and you know the ships, you could be like fair enough. But the fact that it's only one, like there has to be some relevance to it. It can't just be completely. Yeah, no, they grow into the grub. No, I don't think the grubs are. I think the xenogrubs are just their own kind of thing. What do I want to do? See if I can I put in there to kind of make it look a little bit less. Okay, why do you not want to snap there? What's going on here? Come on, you snap. We're one there. All right. But I'm excited to see. I'm excited just to see where they go with like storyline, because with the Starborn stuff that's supposedly coming, like there's a lot of ways they could kind of go about doing it to make it seem. How am I gonna do this? All right, let's start slapping things together and hope that it works. Okay, maybe not. Maybe not do that, just in case, because that's gonna make it more. That doesn't look too bad, actually. You snap you. Oh, maybe. Hold on. Now that might actually work. You there. Oh, whoops. Here we go. Looking like something, all right. We could. Goddamn. That's the worst thing about, you know, like when you like get over the flu and stuff. Wait, can they mind control other Starborn? That's kind of insane if they can. I still can't get over Ghost, the star, or you giving the Terramorph dialogue. That's so fucking cool. Right, and then we flip you down. Hold on. See, that's the kind of the part of it. Hold on, I'm just gonna cough 1 second. The stuff with the Lazarus plant, like, really makes me want to kind of, I want them to do a deep dive into it. Like, there's far more stuff we could learn about the Lazarus plant that, like, I feel like, I feel like, you know, like, we're not, like, it's stuff like that, where, like, I want to just, Terramorphs have different voice. Do they? Well, that's the thing is, the voices, the fact that it's like, it's stuff like that. Like, I'd love, like, Bethesda to just kind of, like, because, like, surely there must be, like, somebody at Bethesda that, like, kind of has a little bit of inkling of, like, the kind of the background of it, like the psychological side of it. Like, is it just like when a Terramorph kind of talks to you and they're like mind controlling you, like, are they just kind of like tapping into your kind of your fear, and kind of just like basically they're not like directly talking to you, they're just triggering a fear, no, like, you know, like they're your fight or flight. Or like if they are actually talking to you, because like if they're talking to you, like, that's kind of insane, you know? It becomes, oh god, that's a good question. Like, that kind of also opens up the opportunity of, like, with the Terramorphs and stuff, and just with Unity in general, like, there's clearly more to the Unity than just, say, like, humanity or humans, and I feel like at some point they're going to kind of touch on that. What are we missing? A cockpit, Docker, we need engine. See, that'd be quite creepy. And that also kind of, if that's the case, like, I wonder, is there Terramorphs out there that, like, you know, like ancient Terra, because we know that there's, like, you know, there's different types of Terramorphs. You still have it? Oh, you got to do the UC quest line is probably the best quest line in the game. It's awesome. Leeches come with you. Imagine you just like exit Unity, or like you enter the Unity and there's like a Terramorph in front of you, and like there's like a Terramorph like version of him talking to himself. It's like, oh, my bad, I'll wait my turn. Yeah, Ryujin was kind of a bit of a letdown. I feel like they intended it to be something a bit different than what it like actually ended up being. What if we... It's my dog. Oh god. Let's put actual engines real quick just so we can function or have a functioning ship. Alright, why do you not want to? What are you connecting to? No, you need to go lower. Why do you not want to go lower? Well, what did that just snap to? There we go. That looks like a ship, I suppose. One plan makes this, but that's not me. Like it's definitely like there's obviously like a lot of fantasy elements to it, but like when you look at kind of other things like the Unity as a whole and like some of the tech, like it does make you wonder, like are they just, is it just a kind of a, what would you say, like an evolutionary jump, you know, like does this plant have those, like obviously it has the properties to create them, you know, into what they are, but like is it just a once-off? Like, that's why like I'd love to see like more of a deep dive on like the Lazarus plant. Like what happens if you were to inject the Lazarus's pollination into other species? Like imagine if you were to like inject it into the womb of a pregnant woman. I'm just saying I'm not for that. I'm pretty sure that's eugenics and highly illegal. But there's probably some sketchy individuals out there. Like in Mass Effect, that's how they first like found out about like how they made basically biotic humans. They noticed that like women that were around element zero cores, the children, there was a very high chance the child just had cancer, but there was like a really low chance the child would basically be born with basically space powers. I think knowing that they plan. Oh yeah, no, they definitely have a lot of stuff. It's just the question is, why did Cora age and we don't? See, I think the thing with the aging is, I honestly think it's just a case of like it's like you get to a certain point, like you know, like you get to like say 30, 40, and it just kind of, it keeps you in whatever way you look. Like we don't know when Cora went through the Unity, we just know that she did, you know. Like Cora may have went through the Unity later on in her life, and Unity could act similar to vampirism in Elder Scrolls, where wherever, like look at was it Babette or Laylette, whatever the girl is. Like, she's like several hundred years old, but she looks like a child. Well, she is a child. But it's like these sort of things, like, I kind of want them to... That's why I like the Cerberus in Mass Effect, because they're very much pro-humans, and they're like, we will do what it takes, even if it means doing very sketchy shit. Tens of cores. Oh, God. Time travel, that's what it always comes down to. Like we as humans, I don't think, like I wonder, like with like the Unity and stuff, like is everyone able to go through the Unity? Like what if it just drives some people insane? Oh yeah, no, it's not. It's definitely not your Cora. And even when she's referencing her father, like she's not even talking about like the one you knew. Like there's almost infinite universes, you know. So like the fact that fuel tank, it's like the fact that like there is those infinite universes basically makes you kind of just assume like it's just a once off. See, the Keeper Aquila thing is like, is that confirmed? Like, because I've never looked too much into it. Like, is the actual guy who is leader of the Sanctum Universe, is he actually a Starboard? Like, straight up? Starboard a bit. Yep, you're the perfect weapon. Well, I mean that's a trope in a lot of different things. I didn't know that. I'm gonna have to go and talk because like whenever I seen people reference that, I always assumed that they meant that. Yeah, well, that's the thing. I know that he's the hunter, but like, is he actually the hunter, or is it just there's a version of him that's the hunter? Because if he's actually the hunter, he's an asshole. What the fuck? Preaching all about religion, they trying to hunt you down? What a cunt. Two versions of the... What are we missing now? Cockpit and a docker. Let's get these done real quick. Might have to go. We'll have to go say hello to him in a moment. Depends on where he is. Sometimes he becomes the hunter, times the pilgrim. Well, I wanna find out like information. Oh, he asks you. He's the endpoint. See, multiverse stuff can be like it's very easy to kind of compensate. Basically, it's very easy for things to get really confusing. Right. So how do we? All right. What about in which? Oops. Go up one more level. Yeah. Well, the whole thing with like both the characters though, like it's quite an interesting dynamic, because the fact that they're basically like, one of them's like, no, you can't let people join Unity, like that's really bad, but then there's like the other ones, it's like, oh, it's fine to join Unity. Like it kind of reminds me of it reminds me a little of in Destiny when they first like unlock darkness powers, and like Zavala, the head of the Vanguard, is basically like, oh, we can't let these people, use these powers, it's too dangerous. And it's like the same with like in the Unity, because it's like, oh, we can't, it should be survival of the fittest or nobody's allowed to do it. And it's such a weird one. Like, I really wish we had the option to just destroy the Unity. Now, obviously, I know that we shouldn't be able to do that because it's a massive plot device needed for the continuation of the storyline. But I would have liked to have kind of, like just seen what could happen. Like, yeah, like the fact that we have and I said this yesterday, the fact that we don't have a Starborn follower is definitely like it's a massive misstep, honestly. Almost making the Dark Souls 1 endings. Well, to be honest, Mass Effect does the exact same thing. In Mass Effect, you can choose to control the Reapers, destroy the Reapers, or synthesis. And I'm always on the side where don't tell me what to fucking do. The minute someone tells me to do something, I'm like, nope. I'm about to do the complete opposite. I'm gonna remove these engines. Ooh, maybe not. Oh yeah, we're gonna remove these engines here for the moment. So we need some fuel tanks. There's 4 in Mass Effect? Oh, the shooting. Yeah, the shooting. I love that one. It's just kind of like, okay, fair enough. You've just fucked over your entire universe. Oh. Because it's like it's very clear in like in Mass Effect that Or well, it's very clear in Mass Effect, but it's very clear in Starfield that they kind of wanted to have this thing, like when you go through the Unity and you kind of see the choices you made. Pretty sure that every Starborn returns back to the point where they first touched an artifact, the state where you first go. Oh, that's kind of cool. Imagine just like you're just standing at an artifact waiting, like a Starborn appears, it's like, quick, get him! Like I would have loved to have seen an option where we could have, because you can talk to the Unity, but the Unity guy is very much just like, you know, he's not going to tell you very much. Like, and even with the Unity guy, like, I'm 90% sure he's just a version of you. Like, he's nothing new, you know, like, it's not like, he's not like an actual entity. Alright, so this... There we go. And to drop you down there. Here we go. The version of the universe you enter. Well, in the like when you go through the very first Unity, like you're the very first one. I want you to snap to there. The very first one, you were dead. You don't exist. Honestly, Serpentis would probably be your best bet for kind of that sort of thing. Need something to put there. That kind of looks okay-ish, I guess. Let me see what happens if I was to make it bigger. Like I feel like at some point Bethesda should definitely like look to overhaul the kind of the new Game Plus system to make it more, because like with certain things like the traits and stuff, there is the U companion, which is quite nice. You are correct. I would like to see like an older kind of Starborn, you know, like one that's existed for like a long time. Because the thing too is the way the kind of the Starborn like kind of talk, they talk as if like they can find you, like they find you almost immediately. Like they come from various universes, and it's like, is that just something like, is that just a gameplay thing, you know, where they've just kind of determined that, or like is there actually like some sort of like basis behind it in the lore? Like if we, let's say for instance, if like I wanted to go and find my Sarah in another universe, would it be possible to find her, you know? Or like, you know, my Andreja or my Bar, like is that actually possible? Spawn camping the temples. It's like, aha, you're back. It's like, who the fuck are you? It's like, don't you remember me? It's like, don't have a fucking clue who you are, buddy. What are we, what's, wait, what? That, really, that was what's unattached? What's unattached? Uh-oh. Alright. And, actually looks better if we pull these out. To fill these up. That's what I mean. Like it should, like there should be, they should allow you to change everything, and you should be able to get like extra traits. Like we're Starborn. Give us some cool like Starborn kind of powers, you know, like something where it's like that actually makes us god tier. Oh, we might have to slap one of these bad boys in somewhere. Maybe. What am I gonna? I'm gonna have to squeeze something in there. Well, they should, but you should even with it like being like a new game plus, like you should definitely be allowed to just tweak whatever you want. You know, like if you wanted to. Do these go backwards? Okay, they do. Come on, come on. Need something to squeeze in there. SLM 14. What does SLM 14 do? That lets you tweak that stuff, does it? Put you in here. We're strapping these in here. Now I need to put something here though. Oh, it opens up scatter configuration. Oh, go there. Weirdly, I'm trying to like. I keep thinking of the Wraith Hive ship from the Wraith Hive ship from Stargate. That would realistically need to go low. Is there a piece that sits between these two? I don't think there is there? No, I don't think there really is. There? Does this flip backwards? You want to teleport a nuke? Well, the thing is though, when you go through the Unity, like you're kind of a different person. Well, kind of, I suppose. Like, cause it's like you remember everything, but you don't bring anything with you. So I feel like at the very least it'd be kind of cool to like, you know, like have like some actual, like, you know, bring some actual stuff with you. How does that look actually? Maybe. Come on, flip. No, 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 no. There we go. You get in there. Covenant chips from Halo? Oh god. Wait, you bring I don't think you do bring your credits. That would be insane. I would definitely be before that though. If you could bring your credits, or let me get my upside down piece. There we go. I want to slap you in here. Flip you around. There we go. Yeah, that looks okay. Yeah. Like and the thing too is like Halo has actual railguns that fucking have a range above 100 meters. That doesn't mean that, you know, they could still function. I feel like if the Covenant came into this universe, they'd have some trouble with Starborn. The Starborn would be kind of obnoxious. But then they'd probably see the Starborn kind of like the Forerunners and the Creators. And it would probably just kind of create the Great Schism again. I need to lower. Need to put something in here. Where are we going? Mac guns are. Mac rounds in atmosphere. One way to get their attention. Right, and then we're going to stick. Come here, you're going in there. Thank you. You're going in there. Perfect. And can I rotate you? No. What's unattached? Oh, they're unattached. What? You serious? God damn it. Alright, so it's... Let me change it all to one color for the moment. Alright, we need to put a... Well, because the thing too with parallel self is I'm pretty sure, doesn't Barrett say he has a conversation with his alternate self? Which is kind of like, why can't we have a conversation with our alternate self? No, they don't. Merge. Like, obviously, I'm assuming it's just a gameplay sort of thing. It'd be very confusing just being able to talk to, There we go. We actually managed to get that. There's a snap point there. Oh, no. Flip you. Barrett, can we do that one? Subsequent uses are mute. Wait. And see, I've never... I need to find that dialogue, because I've never actually got to talk to him about that. He didn't even give me the power. I've missed that power on, like, my main playthrough. Let's add some weapons to this real quick, and then I want to go talk to the, I want to go talk to the guy. The SG-1800. Put you back here. The Keeper, yeah, I want to go talk to him, see what he says now that I'm a Starborn. Because I don't think I've ever spoken to him as a Starborn. Weapons. Let's do... We'll have some nice turrets. Oh, whoops. There you go, perfect. Oh, you only get different dialogue during that mission, so you can't, like... Oh. That's kind of a bit of a letdown. Let's put the, structural... See, I really hope at some point we will find the... And maybe I'm misremembering, but you know when we do the first, like, the mission and learn about the Starborn, you learn about the original Starborn guy, who was just... Floats that... I don't like the floats, that's kind of problematic. Okay, well, you're not going there. Like, where you learn about the original, like, I really wish we could kind of sit down and have a conversation with, like, the original Starborn guy. The Ascension, I have not. That's actually one that, thank you for reminding me, I need to check that out. Come on, stop doing that. Thank you. I feel like it needs something more. I mean, it wouldn't. I really hope that that's not the case. I do really hope that the Starborn is some sort of like alternate, like, you know, basically an alien. I think it'd be really cool if it was an alien. There's a high probability it won't be an alien, but you never know. I need to. So these fuel tanks need to hide them a little bit better. I think we need more engines too. I hid those engines. Yeah, like a non-starborn, non-human starborn would be very cool. And like realistically, it wouldn't. Like, I feel like we will eventually get like aliens in the game, but I think for the time being, they're probably being very. They're being very kind of, you know, because it would have to be done right. Like one of the biggest, like kind of one of the biggest issues with Halo, when the Bungie era Halo is. Bungie always kind of teased the fact that the Forerunners were ancient humans, and I always hated that, and I'm glad that 343 kind of got rid of that. Because it's such an overused trope, like, oh, they were just humans. It's not that it, I mean, it's kind of realistic, but it's still kind of like, what the hell? Need to put something in here just to kind of. Can I put you on the bottom? Snap on the bottom. Why wouldn't you snap on the bottom? God damn. Wait, actually, hold on now. Maybe you do. No, the Flood are the precursors. What am I about people talking frogs? God. No, the precursors created the universe in the Halo lore, and they created everyone. They created the Forerunners. They created humanity, and then they basically like they test civilizations to determine whether or not they're worthy. And they tested humanity, and humanity beat them. Like they basically beat the Flood, but it cost them like 2/3 of their species. And then they tried to do the same thing against the Forerunners, and the Forerunners were shit. And they were also very arrogant, because humanity tried to assist them, but the Forerunners didn't think, they've always seen humanity as weak, which is ironic. Because my boy Master Chief slapped the shit out of the Didac on multiple times. So I mean, like, I really wish that, like, now that, you know, Bethesda is, you know, with Microsoft, like, I'd love to see some overlap, just because maybe I'm biased, but I feel like Halo's lore, you know, you can argue about the game and stuff, but I feel like Halo is probably one of the best written fiction kind of sci-fi universes that isn't like Star Wars. I have watched Halo Legends. Halo Legends is very good. Although I want to say some of it might be outdated by now. Do you snap in there for me? Okay, I still want it perfect. But with the no consequence taking Barrett's and farms. Can you imagine? Taking Barrett's and farm, or like you try to go to the Unity. Oh yeah, no, a lot of it is. Like, I think the only one that's really like not technically canon is the one where like Is it like Spartan 99? Oh, Destiny 1 story was a banger. And like, to be honest, even though Destiny 2 is it's always in a kind of a weird like location, like I think Destiny 2's 13,000, thank you, 1337. Like Destiny 2's like story is still very good. I think it's just that Bungie kind of like they kind of box themselves into like a very awkward position where they don't really know how to get out of it without, you know, because they brought back Cade in the most recent thing, and I don't like that. I'm one of those, like, one of the few people that, like, I'm not against Nathan Fillion. I think he's, you know, a cool actor. But I've always kind of been like, just get someone else, you know? Like, there's probably thousands of, like, you know, talented voice actors out there that would love to get the opportunity to play a kind of a mainstay character. It's kind of the same with, like, with Ghost when they, what is it? The guy, he's in everything now. Nolan North, and again, nothing against him because he's clearly very talented, but it's like, give it to someone else for a change, you know. But I liked the idea of when they had Peter Dinklage in Destiny. Obviously that wasn't gonna last because everyone knew that Game of Thrones was going to blow up and he was going to be, well, yeah, no, he's 100% Nathan Fillion is book, and he will always be book to me. I also think he did a really good Cade 6. I just don't like that they kind of brought him back again to kind of be like, yeah, I'm still here technically. Like when one little fact, when they were doing Halo 5, originally they weren't going to use Book. They were going to use Spartan Thorn from Spartan Ops. They were going to use his voice actor, and he was going to basically take Book's role. And there was some conflict issues with the recording, so they couldn't do it. And I'm really sad because I really loved Thorn. Like, for anyone that hasn't played Spartan Ops, I would definitely recommend playing it. It's like a kind of a episodic story about what happens after the events of Halo 4. And it was just really cool kind of seeing this, like, because the Spartan 4 is in Halo. Like, there's always the argument, like, are they really Spartans? Like, they're just souped up humans, which you could argue that's what Spartans are. But, neutron turret there. But I always like Thorn and Fireteam Majestic. I don't dislike Book and like Fireteam Osiris, but I feel like Locke got a lot of negative press because the whole kind of ad campaign for Halo 5 was that Locke was supposed to replace Chief, and you don't do that to Chief. Couldn't stand Destiny. Couldn't say, well, I mean, I get you. I was the same. Like, I've dipped my feet with Destiny 2 in a few times, like, try and go back to it, but I could never stay. Like, and I played the crap out of Destiny 1. Like, I have so many hours in Destiny 1. Well, I think that was kind of the point of the 4s, is that anyone can be a Spartan, but it takes a lot. It's like when in Halo, in Spartan Ops, when Thorn asks Halsey, like, you know, like, are we Spartans? And she says some more than others. Jerome would be a good replacement. See, I really hope that, I know it'd be such a weird one for a Spartan, but I would love to just see Chief retire and not die. I think it'd be like a nice kind of sentiment for Chief. Jerome is a badass, and like I really hope Red Team gets more love. Like, the Halo Wars 1 and 2 were phenomenal, and I'd love to see them in a first-person Halo game. Just because, I mean, Douglas is a badass, Alice is insane, and Jerome is Jerome, you know? I feel like, realistically, if they're... And again, you don't really know with Halo how they're going to do, because they're kind of rebranding Halo again. Oh, I'd love another ODST game, yes. 100%. But if they keep going, which I'm assuming they will, like, because Atriox is probably one of the best, like, villains they've had in ages. If they're going to keep him, I feel like we're going to need more than just Chief, because we've seen what happened. Chief got his ass handed to him. Like, Jerome has dealt with Atriox, and, like, I mean, Jerome and Red Team in Halo Wars 2 pretty much dismantled all of Atriox's lieutenants and stuff. They killed Decimus. Who else did they? They didn't kill the shipmaster, let the lair. Apparently, that there's been rumors that the guys, well, they're now called Halo Studios. They've been like testing a Halo game the last like year or so, and there's like apparently it's ready to go. So we might see a Halo game soon, which I'm excited for. Anything Halo is like, yes. Keep spinning around this ship. I'm just trying to. I think we're good for now with this ship. Let me put some more weapons on it. Put the. You know, that's the series was good. It was getting really good, and I don't know why. I don't. They always do what? Okay, that's a problem. They always do that, and it's so annoying. Like that final kind of like cutscene or arc with See, the thing with 343, and I've always had a lot of hope for them, is the fact that when Bungie just wanted to be done with Halo, which I get it. I mean, I'm a bit salty, but I'm glad because I think 343 have done a far better job of telling the stories. You know, you could argue that Bungie Halos are better. I'll disagree, but yeah. One of Bethesda has taken the soul out of it. But I do think that I don't know. I feel like it's just with 343. It's a lot of it comes down to the fact that put that there. Is that they're always trying to please everyone. Like even MCC. Like MCC is cool, and I get that people enjoy MCC, but they spend so much time like working on MCC rather than making a kind of a mainstay. You know, like a new Halo game. And I really wish they'd like. Part of me kind of wishes they'd just like, okay, MCC's done. Like, can we not, like, cater to the people who kind of want an old-school Halo? Like, you have it, you know, with MCC. Don't get me wrong. MCC is very cool. Like, I like Halo 5. I thought Halo 5... Well, Halo's always been... It always had a competitive scene. I do agree with you, though. Like, 343 did try and push it. And so in Halo 5, I think they did a really good job of kind of having the balance. Infinite, I think they tried a little bit too hard with it, and they kind of forgot some of the social playlists. And Infinite now, I think, has like a lot of the kind of the more social and fun stuff. Just because you kind of need that. Like a lot of people seem to forget that like Halo is as much like kind of, you know, sweating with your friends in ranked as it is playing the wacky zany game modes, you know, like the custom games and stuff. Neutron turret pulse. Alright, let's do some color schemes. Nice. What are you guys gonna play? You gonna play multiplayer or campaign? Here. Oh, it definitely can be, and it's always, you never want to like forget that. With Halo, you always want to have a semi-competitive scene, but you also always want to have balance. You know, you want to have the fun kind of fun game modes where, like, you know, you can just do like crazy stuff. Color too, no lie. Other fire through 3 and shot them for Infinite. They bought Bethesda employed. Well, there's... Oh, that color's a bit too... To be honest, some of the changes they did... Well, that's a common issue these days, and you see it kind of with a lot of game designers, is they're kind of listening to the people, the vocal minority. Like 76 was a big issue with that because they were listening to people and listening to them complaining. And it's kind of why, like you look at like games like, for instance, like Destiny 1 and how it kind of did really well was because they just made a game they wanted to play. And there's a lot of games out there like that where like the developers are like, look, we're going to make a game, we think it's fun. Now, sometimes it can backpedal. No, I know, like the... know how hard it would be to do a... That'd be quite fun, though, a capture the flag game mode. Yeah, the way like 343 was handled and the whole Halo Infinite was, honestly, it was a travesty. And it's something that I feel like we should never, like, you know, like it goes back to this whole thing of like, you know, like game developers and stuff, and just the fact that they're never your friends. And yeah, but saying that, you know, I've always like I've always liked to think that Xbox are probably the best out of... I know they're far better than Sony and Nintendo.
Bartender at the viewport would stop complaining to security. I don't know what she lost, but she won't get it back by annoying us.
I don't know though. I think the fact that they put... I mean, they could have easily just kind of pushed 343 aside and just been like, look, we're gonna let Halo slowly die, but they didn't. Like, the rebrand in the studio, the fact that there's supposedly multiple games kind of coming along has me very excited. I mean, you could argue they spent an awful lot of money purchasing. Like, the Bethesda, fair enough, but, like, the Activision stuff was kind of insane. And, like, obviously, like, look, like, COD is always going to be a big seller because it's COD. But, you know, there's no harm in putting some of that money into, you know, getting us a cool little Starfield expansion, or you know, a Halo ODST 2. Well, they do take a fair amount of time, but like, to be honest, usually, I may say usually, like Bethesda always tend to hit it out of the park with their games, you know? Where is this Sanctum person? Yeah, it's like, I will say I am hopeful that, like, at some point Bethesda will maybe, like, knuckle down and kind of find a way to make their games quicker. Obviously, you have to be careful, because if you try and push out any game quickly, it's going to end up flopping massively, and it's going to be, like, a waste of money. Well, realistically, COD can afford to do it because they have, like, what is it? They've got 4 or 5 studios.
Our numbers are growing every year.
It can be damaging. Like, weirdly, COD is probably one of the few companies where they can definitely do it, but they do it arseways, you know? Like, you've got Treyarch, who are, like, very much known for making really good zombies and really good kind of campaigns. You know, their kind of bread and butter is kind of the World War II kind of Cold War. You've got Sledgehammer, I think, nowadays they're pretty good at doing pretty much everything. You've got Infinity Ward, who are literally the kings of, like, the modern military shooter. But, like, instead of, like, investing them in a kind of a good way, they just kind of, like, take turns making a game. And it's always a weird one, because, like, I've, like, played a crap out of Modern Warfare 2, and I really enjoyed the new Modern Warfare 2. And then it's like, the minute the next one came out, like, alright guys, let's stop playing this, let's now play Cold War. It's like, what do you mean play Cold War? They have these budgets meetings. You think Todd is saying, but we have 3 games of the way. Well, the thing is I would like to think that Microsoft, like, with Game Pass, they're like, look, we want as many games as possible, you know?
I try and take a few trips each year now. No, I'm happy to help out in whatever way I can here. Anything Thomas
You're not.
needs, I'm here for him.
Who the fuck are you?
I'd heard of the Sanctum growing up, but never thought much of it.
Am I in the wrong building?
Then one day, it happened for me.
Some folks never.
Oh, he's outside, Law. I will say I am cautious or worried about that kind of mentality of, like, a lot of the exclusives going to PC only. Not PC only, because, like, Xbox has always been console, and, like, you look at Sony, as, you know, as some people would argue, you know, Sony kind of questionable when it comes to, you know, development and stuff, and not being very user friendly, not user friendly, but, you know, like, not very player friendly, I suppose, or consumer friendly. But, like, they still understand that consoles are, you know, king. And, like, Xbox, you know, they've got the Series S and they're trying to push the whole Game Pass thing. And I'm all for people being able to game on what they want to game on. But, like, the reason I, you know, get an Xbox is because I like the console. By Banjo, do you mean Banjo Kazooie? Excuse me.
Is
Hello.
there anything I can help with? Hello. Is there something I can help you with? Or, maybe I have already.
Whoa. What the fuck? I did it, Keeper. I became Starborn.
So, you found your truth, did you? I hope my counterpart in your universe gave you the advice you needed. There are certain revelations that are best kept until people are ready, don't you think? Perhaps it would be best if we assumed that we're just two or...
You shouldn't deny the truth. You're Starborn too.
Believe me, I've seen many ways this can play out. Go, Starborn. I hope you continue to enjoy your place in this little multiverse of ours.
Well, it's to be honest, that's like it's quite a. It's there is always going to be an animosity towards kind of the PC gaming when it comes to in the gaming.
Never forget what the FC did. Never forget.
All right, cool, Martina, good for you. Just because there's all that elitism, and it's I mean you still see it to this day. It seems like nowadays, like the kind of the console wars are kind of like a thing of the past, thankfully. And I'm all for like if PlayStation wants to get Halo and Starfield, cool, but at the same time, Xbox should get some give us like what is that, Horizons, Forbidden West, Helldivers, stuff like that. I want to give them just Halo and we get nothing in return. I want some stuff in return. Like I remember when Halo like was first added onto like PlayStation or PC, I was like really hopeful that we might get some of the Total War games, considering that Creative Assembly was making Halo Wars. That never happened. Yeah, see, that's the thing, and like realistically, it's going to be a business transaction with PlayStation. If Xbox gives PlayStation games like Halo or Starfield or anything, it's purely going to be because they want to make more money. It's not going to be a goodwill kind of thing. But I would hope that Sony might realize, oh, there could be benefit to, like, say, for instance, launching Helldivers on Xbox, Like, it's the perfect game. It's the perfect ecosystem for it. I don't know, I'm still always hopeful though, Mona. Like, I feel like... But then it depends on who's kind of leading the helm at Xbox. Like, Phil Spencer's done a really good job. So, well, I mean, you could always do better, but he's definitely better than Dom Matrick, the guy who kind of wants to turn Xbox into a kind of a streaming device where you could, like, watch movies and games and everything and make it always online. My God, I'm glad they got rid of him. Sometimes you need gamers in charge. Alright, where are we here? Time is it? Oh. Alright, I'm going to call it here for the night, though, just because it is late. Thank you guys for joining me, and I will catch you guys next week. Have a good night, /evening, /day, depending on where you are. Catch you guys in the next one.